take a few seconds. All right, hello everybody. It's time to do our jazz choreography once again. I hope you have your book ready. For those of you who are in the advanced jazz class, I did recommend getting a small book. You can get one that's a hardcover if you want to. It makes it a little bit simpler when you're moving the book around. It doesn't bend and collapse as well, as much as a paper-bound book. So this is what I would recommend, and we can decorate them later. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go through each section as it comes, and then we'll work out who does what and places later when we can get back in the studio together. So for the first section, we have our books, and we're going to do the mime section. That's the opening of the piece. Remember, whoever is doing this part is going to be shoulder to shoulder, and the book's elbows are going to be 90 degrees. You want the book right in front of your face. So the first section has an out, up, down. Again, it's a mime situation, so when you push the book to one side, your head has to pop out the other side. It's an exaggeration of the motion in order to achieve the comic effect of your head popping out from behind your book. So you have out, around, down. Again, that's out, around, down. Depending upon the speed of the music, we may speed it up or slow it down slightly, but the tempo of it is about 1, 2, 3. That's your count wise. So this was going to be your first section. You have 1, 2, 3. It's a canon. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to close the book and march off stage to pick up those benches that we had previously discussed about using as props as well. So that's going to be the mime section. Now, after you set your book down, those of you who are doing the secondary mime section with typewriters, this is the section that has the, where you're typing. There's specific counts that go with the music. So if you haven't listened to the music enough to memorize it, I will give you the counts. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 7, 8 is the mimicking of the bar and the little ding that happens when the bar resets on a typewriter. So you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8. You can take your head with your hand and drive it across as if you're actually touching it. Don't make it so large that it's like a big motion because it's very quick. Again, you can type however way you want to type because typewriters are quite large. Think of your computer keyboard and just mimic whatever words you're thinking of typing on the keyboard. Again, it's 6 counts and 7, 8. You do that 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Use your third set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last set, you have 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and. Okay, that is where the first group is going to start their next section. Okay, now that you have your book, let's go ahead and do it with music. Typing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and. That's your section. So make sure that you work on the books with your hands, exaggeration with your face and book, as well as typing with your fingers and the counts that go with that. Okay? The part where we're moving side to side with our little tap-like moves. The first move you have is that scuff with the heel, like a scuff, hop, step, and you have a grapevine step and a step out. Again, you have to make sure it's with your Depending upon which direction you're going, you're crossing over, step, and you have grapevine, step, out. Your hands do end up being here, and we talked about shoulder situations, so let's go ahead and do that. When you're hopping, your hands kind of go to up, they go with your back foot. So be careful when you do the step, your hands kind of start out here in the direction that your back foot is going, so that when you switch feet, your hands are going in the correct side, so that you can open them and end up nice and flat on the side. You're going to do the same thing to the right side, so that in case one of you ends up having to do it on the opposite side, you know both sides. So you have a scuff and step, a hop, step, and point. One more time. With that, again, the hand has to go towards the back foot. And your hands and shoulders and feet, they all work together. Now, these two parts happen in a canon, so one side will go and then the other side will go. So make sure you know both sides just in case, whichever side you get on. Now, there's a third group in the back. There's 2 and 2 and 4 in the back. The group of 4 in the back is the group that comes forward. So make sure when you're coming forward, you have a similar choreography, but it's also slightly different because the 2 groups on the side pick up halfway through. So here's the whole choreography for the middle group, and then I'll tell you when the 2 groups on the side join in. So they're waiting in the back after coming in, and you have a similar scuff, 2 of them. You have a scuff step, like a heel hop step. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Then you have a little jeté, to a coupe with a toe tap. Make sure you tap with the toe we talked about. You can use the ball of your foot to tap the floor. I don't want you to hurt your toe. So you can do it here. And then you have a step, another toe, hop, and turn around in front. One more time. So when you're coming front, you have the same 2 scuffs as the first groups. Then you have a jeté, step, heel. Then you have a step, heel, hop. It's a turning heel step that we do in tap oftentimes. So if you recognize this, it's because it's borrowing it from tap moves. So let's do that again, coming forwards, just the third group, and then we'll do each group with music. So the third group coming forward, you have 1, heels, 2, and you have your jeté, heel, step. Okay? The only time that the 2 groups add in and join that portion is at the turn. So after the jeté, the middle group has reached here. The 2 groups on the side will join in, starting with the left foot, step, heel, toe, hop, turn. Okay? Let's do it with music, starting with the first 2 groups. Typewriting part, so don't worry about it. Here we go, first group, you have and 1, 2, 3, and stay. Okay, again, timing, same timing of the music. 1, 2, 3, and stay. Okay, now we have to do it with the left side. Here we go, this is the other side. 1, 2, 3, and stay. Okay? One more time, it's quite quick, so just listen to the rhythm of the music. 1, 2, 3, stay. Okay, that's your timing. Now, the third group. Wait, and you'll listen to where the third group comes in. 1, 2. Here's your third group. 1, 2, 3. Okay? It's really, really fast. Let me do it one more time. Right on the beats in the music, so really make sure you listen to your music. Here we go. Here's your first group. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. There's a little tiny hesitation there before you take the turn. All right, this next section, we're starting to consolidate into one line. So you have 2 groups here, 2 groups here, 2 people, and my 4 groups that are in the front. From here on, we all do the same part, so learn the whole section together, and then we'll decide who's on what side and traveling into the next formation. So for this part, you have just finished your little hop step and you're done. So you should have your right foot front and your left foot should be back almost in a 3rd position, but not quite. From here, you have a little cramp roll to the right, cramp roll to the left, a little hop, hop. Think like you're trying to kick the back of your leg. 1, 2, 3, and you have a little tap of the foot right on the little music. This is all very, very, very fast, remember. So once you get these moves slow, then we'll speed them up slowly in order to get the desired timing. So you have from your turn, boom, you have cramp roll, jump, step, and tap. Yes? From here, you have 3 more cramp rolls going diagonally, but you're going to be, if you're, depending upon where you're going, is going to determine the angle of your cramp roll. So for instance, if you are going straight back and you just finished here, this is an over-exaggeration, by the way. Your hips are slightly over-exaggerated and your arms are nice and straight in that jazz position. From here, if you're going to go straight back, for instance, your cramp roll is going to change your whole body to be front. If you're here, and say you have to come in from over there, your body is going to change to here as you pull in to the next section. So, for instance, let's do that whole part again. You have, from your jeté, step here, here, you have 2 cramp rolls, and a jump, back, and a step here. 3 cramp rolls, 2, 3, and then you're going to keep your hands out. As you do this, your hands kind of come down in the cramp rolls to in front of you, and then you're going to do a little shuffling move around yourself. So a little shuffling move around yourself because the next section you're going to link arms with. Before we get to that section though, make sure the shuffling steps are really, 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 really tiny. Think almost like mini chugs when you're just using your heels. It's very, very tiny and your hands are kind of out. Think, if you've ever seen my baby class, let me go back. Kind of like that. It's supposed to be an over-exaggerated, comical move that's trying to get around into your next position. So let's do this whole part again, a little bit faster and a little bit of music. So you just finished your jeté, yes? You have in 1 and out. You have cramp roll, hop, and ding. 1 cramp roll, 2 cramp roll, 3 cramp roll, and around yourself to the next position. Yes? Let's do it with music. Here's your first group. 3rd group. Here's your jeté. 1, 2, 3, boom, out, 2 and 3, around, and up. All right, here's our next section. You've just finished your cramp rolls. There's a lot of cramp rolls at this prior section. And right after these cramp rolls, you're going to do a line that's moving roughly side to side. And the interesting thing about this line is your hands are interlinked. So we may not be able to practice this as easily until we get back. However, if you have a friend, feel free to practice with them. Your body is moving in. We've been out here kind of spread apart, and now we're going to be consolidating into a single line, and we're going to do this whole section as if we're one connected piece and it's moving back and forth. Like a bunch of links in a chain that are moving continuously, okay? So you've just finished your 3 cramp rolls and around yourself here. Now, your hands are going to go up here because your hands are going to be moving up and down. But think of this as like as if you're a rag doll for a moment, or a doll that has like stuffed arms, but they kind of can wobble like this a little bit. So for this section, you have to keep your body forward and rounded shoulders, because you need to have your arms here because they're going to be moving. Okay, so make sure that when you're doing this next section, you lean forward and your hands have enough space here to move. So when you come to this line, this is all you have to get to your line, and it starts down. Now, I'm going to do the arms first, and then we're going to do the feet and put it together. Here, your hands go up and down and in and around. Okay? The around goes all the way up to straight and then flops over. One more time. So you start down, you run, and it starts down. Go up, down, in, and around, down. Your head goes with that on the last one, so it gives this kind of ragdoll effect. Let me show it to you from the side. So you just run, you're here. You have up and down, and here, and around, and down. And this around was going to be interlinking with another arm. So make sure that it's the same, they move at the same time, so that when we all do it together, we can also all make sure that it matches at the same point in time. Okay? So with that, we have the feet. Feet are very simple if you know how to do this move. You're not as familiar with this move, let me teach it to you. So it's a move where you do your toe and a heel. You do your toe and a heel, and then you alternate heel and a toe. Toe and a heel, and a heel, and a toe. So if you put it together fast, it looks like it's moving interchangeably. Okay? Some of you might have learned this in hip-hop. In and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Okay? It's a really cool effect, but with this kind of ragdoll effect, it's going to be very interesting. Yes. Okay? So it takes a little bit of practice. Let's go ahead and see if we can put it together. So you have 4, 2, 3, 4. 3 sets of this. You have 1 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Really simple once you get the feet, because you're just going 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Then you're going the other way. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, stop. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then that's it. If you're just looking at the feet. Arms have to go with the feet, so let's do it slowly. I start with my feet turned in, and my arms are down, so I literally look like I'm a rag doll, no face towards the audience. The first one you have is up, and the feet come, the feet come open. I call this open, close. So when opened, your hands come up, close, your hands go down. The third one, your hands are here, kind of underneath your chin, if you were to see it from the audience perspective. And then the last one, your feet go, and your hands go up and down. And the last one, your feet end up here, so that you can change sides. Then you do back the left side. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to keep the arm the same every time for now, just to make it simpler for us to learn it. So when it rolls around, it's going to be right hand on top, lifting first, around and down. Okay? So let's do that again from the top, starting with you had your arms back, all the way around, and your hands are down and your feet are turned in. You have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Down. And again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Down. Or down to here. Last set. Left from here. Last set. You have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Down. And then there changes from there. Okay? One note to make sure you do is you really get the feet down, so you don't have to think about the feet as you're doing the arms. That way, the feet just kind of go with the music, the tempo of the music, and the hands can work with the accents. So let's show it to you with music. That way you can hear it a little bit better. messed up. Let me do that one more time. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And down. Let's try one more time. Very, very fast. There we go. 0 down, up, down, in, around, and up, down, in, around, and up, down, in, around, and up. And then you're going to change position from there. Great job, guys. See you in the next section.